don't need to clap.
God, I was about to clap. Welcome to the 5th Obsidian podcast.
Yeah.
Number 5.
I mean, it's getting up there, right?
It is getting up there.
How was your week?
My week was alright. I had so many phone problems, and it was so annoying. Because my service stopped working. And I, tried to get it fixed. Went to Verizon, tried to get it fixed. And they're like, oh, we can't fix it.
Yeah.
And then I went in again, and I got a new phone, because I need a new phone anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, it should be fixed now. And it wasn't fixed.
That's weird. I don't understand. Was it the... it's not like your plan or anything. I guess service is for everyone.
Yeah, it was just the service, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
It was really annoying. So I haven't been able to text anyone. And
maybe that's good. Just be by yourself for a little bit.
But it's like if there's an important text for work or something.
No, I get that.
It was nice not having a phone at some points though.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But my week got super good because my brother got a stroller for my cat, and it's the funniest thing of all time.
We should put photos in.
We will put a photo in.
I want to see it. I didn't know you had a cat.
Do you want to see it right now?
Yeah.
I'll pull up a picture of it.
Cats? Do you have a cat, Milan?
No,
Or dogs or
I have
anything?
2 dogs.
What type of dogs?
They're both doodles.
I have a Labradoodle.
I have a Labradoodle and a Spoodle. Which is a mix between a Cocker Spaniel and a Poodle.
Aw, that's so cute.
My cat is extremely overweight and blind.
Well, maybe she needs to walk instead of being put in a stroller.
We bought a harness for her to try and walk her.
Yeah.
And she just lays there, and we have to drag her, and I feel bad.
Yeah. If she doesn't want to walk, she's not gonna.
I wish she would walk. She needs it.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't been here. I was sick last week, so I feel like I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, you have. Why were you sick?
I don't know. It was kind of I just felt bad, and I was like, I don't want to make anyone else sick, so I just stayed home for a couple days. But
for a couple days?
Just 2.
God.
Yeah. Wasn't anything terrible. I just didn't want to,
You didn't want to be sick.
Yeah.
On the podcast.
Yeah. That didn't sound fun.
We could have Zoomed you in.
That would have been a disaster, I feel like.
That would have looked terrible, too.
Yeah. I keep getting ads on my YouTube for people that are, filming podcasts, which is really funny. I feel like it's targeting me for some reason. But it's, people that are doing podcasts over Zoom, and it's you need to stop using Zoom and start using Riverside.
That is the exact ad I have gotten so many
okay,
times.
I'm glad it's not just me. But I keep seeing it, and I'm like, we don't need that.
We're not paying for that.
No,
I mean, if we do use it if we do need Zoom at some point, maybe we'll use Riverside. Maybe you should give us a free license.
A free license?
Yeah.
I feel like we don't even need Riverside. We don't have anyone virtual.
No, now we kind of do.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
If we need to. New staff.
Yeah, today we had new people come in, and we got to meet a lot of them, and we're expanding our brand slower and slower.
Yeah. No, faster and faster.
Faster
we got a lot
and faster.
Of new people.
I was trying to think bit by bit. I think that's what I was thinking in my head.
Yeah, what did we get? 10 people?
You think we just have 10 people?
No, we just got 10 new people.
Oh, yeah. So it's 20 of us right now.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Got too many. We need to start firing people.
Well, probably won't.
Yeah, probably not.
It's all good. I feel like the bigger the better, honestly.
No, I like it. I like it being bigger.
Yeah, because then we have more stuff coming out, more stories.
I think 2 of the other employees should make a rival podcast.
Well, I think we need to start getting people on here to figure out next year.
Yeah, true. We need to get 2 people trained up.
Or yeah, I don't know how many. We just gotta figure something out.
Yeah, you should get a whole podcasting. We're gonna keep doing this for now.
Oh yeah.
Whole podcasting team for once we leave.
True.
Or they shut it down. They probably can't recreate this.
Well, maybe not. I think as long as they have Milan, it'll probably work out just the same.
Yeah, you're a junior, right, Milan?
Yeah.
Also, he could end up on the podcast next year.
I probably will replace you once you leave.
You're just gonna need another.
Another co-host.
Co-host.
Preferably.
That's a question for another time.
True.
Jerry will be the co-host.
Oh, yes, for sure.
Name drop Jerry. Come on the podcast soon. We heard you wanted to come on. We'll bring you on soon.
Yeah.
Eat some food.
Yeah, we gotta have got to figure that out.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of stories, what are you writing about?
Well, okay, we just did the first food review.
Yeah. Me
and Sienna went to Meadowlark, which is a new restaurant in Brookswood Plaza. You know what that is?
Oh, yeah. I've never heard of it, so I was wondering like where it was and stuff like that. Just when you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, it was pretty good. There was no one there.
I feel like the Brookswood Plaza is like empty a majority of the time, other than Lovejoy's. Like I feel like people don't really go to eat there, but I also like don't really live out there, so I don't know.
Stores like open and close there all the time.
I know, that's how I feel too, but
it was a cool restaurant though. It had like really cool scenery. Ambiance was cool. It had an upstairs place. I love when restaurants have an upstairs place.
I agree.
So
did you ever go to Foxtail Bakery?
No.
It was so cute, and it closed, and now it's a Mexican restaurant, Papi Chulo's.
I've heard of Papi Chulo's.
Yeah, it's really good, and they have the upstairs part, which is
Isn't that a song name?
Maybe. I'm sure a song exists like that. Yeah. What'd you eat when you were there? Any good? What was the best thing you ate?
Well, we had pizza, and it was it's another word. Hold on. It's spaghetti, but a different word. It's just a fake word for spaghetti.
A fake word?
Okay. It's seafood bucatini is what I had.
Oh, okay.
Bucatini is not spaghetti. It's a different kind of pasta.
Like it's,
Okay, it looked a lot like spaghetti.
Bucatini is spaghetti, but it's thicker and it has a hole in the middle.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's just a different type of noodle. Like, macaroni and spaghetti are two different things, right?
No. I'm a very big believer in all of it is the same. Not actually.
Okay.
But I think that bucatini and spaghetti are pretty interchangeable.
I don't think I've ever had bucatini.
It was
maybe I have. I feel like I
buy all the random pasta types from the pasta shelf. I'm just like, ooh, what's that? Never heard of it. I'm buying that one.
Yeah. I feel like I probably had it. I just don't remember it because I don't really remember every single type of pasta I eat.
Yeah. It was good, but there's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, whenever I order mac and cheese at a restaurant, I get nervous that it's going to be, like...
Too cheesy.
Yeah.
The pizza and the bucatini were both too cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good.
You recommend it?
I recommend it to people that like Italian food. I'm not a big Italian food guy, so I might be slightly biased on that review, but trying to have an unbiased opinion, I would recommend it.
Yeah, I feel like I enjoy Italian food, but I feel like there's not really like an Italian place in town, like other than just pizza places. I don't know if those totally count all the time, but I mean like the only Italian place I can think of is like Bosa, and a pasta plate is like $40.
Yeah.
So it's good to have some options there if you want that type of food.
Yeah. No, it was pretty good. I liked it. We're going to hopefully do a lot more food reviews.
Yeah.
I want to do like a Mediterranean restaurant or something like that next. I love that kind of food.
Yeah. Are you guys focused on like new things opening up?
Yeah, we're focused on new things. So we need some
kind of just have to wait.
New restaurants opening, hopefully.
I'm sure. Always, right?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Gotta wait for Meadowlark to die and then something else to...
Hope Meadowlark does
Brutal.
The waiter there was like the nicest guy ever, though.
I love that.
Yeah, he was like super young. He was like, she kept coming up like, you guys good? You guys need anything?
Yeah.
Maybe because there's no one there, but.
I mean, still, he's doing his job.
Yeah, he's doing his job very well.
Exactly.
So what are you working on? Don't you have a story on rugby?
Yeah, I just finished it up. Should be going out soon. It's just about the women's rugby group that's coming up. It's specifically like before COVID, there was a women's club rugby team, or I think it was even high school rugby, but it was just all the schools combined. And because of COVID and then like some coaching things and some just older people graduating, there wasn't really an interest in rugby anymore. But this year for the spring season, they're making a rugby team for the girls, which hasn't been a thing for that long. And it's for people of all around the school district, private, public, anyone who is interested in joining, which is cool.
I had no clue that we had any rugby teams ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's been boys rugby has been around for a while. I think specifically at Summit, it's like mainly guys that play football, so it's just something they do for the off season.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to this guy about it, he was saying that it's like a lot more fun because everyone gets the ball, not just the quarterback and whoever he's throwing to, right? So I think it's like just a different sport for them to, you know.
I feel like I do not understand that much about rugby. What is it?
Well, it is Australian.
Yeah.
And
they call it Australian rules football.
I guess that's true. I didn't know that.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, I've been to Australia, but I was really little and I don't remember. But
why'd you go to Australia?
Parents wanted to.
God,
I was like
Australia.
I was like a year old.
Dang. I want to go really badly.
I have one memory, and we were staying at this hotel and there was like a man-made pool and they put live fish in it. Like it was a crazy pool, and I saw sharks in there as a little kid.
Actual sharks?
No, sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. I saw fish in there as a little kid, and my brain went, oh, sharks are in there. I'm not going in that pool. So I, like, threw a fit and wouldn't get in. And I remember this, like, so vividly, even though I was little.
It's really funny.
I don't know. And I remembered kangaroos smell bad. I do remember that.
Okay. Where'd you see kangaroos?
I think we, like, went somewhere and got to...
There's a kangaroo there hanging out.
Well, we weren't, like, out in the woods searching for kangaroos. I think it was, like, some kind of sanctuary, you know? But I think they're just, like, pretty much, from what I remember, they kind of smelled like big hamsters, you know, like the rodent smell?
Yeah.
Just that, but, like, times 10.
I think kangaroos are really funny. I want to go see them.
They're goofy.
I was once staying on a place called Kangaroo Island, and there was this big house on this kind of rural area. And one time I woke up in the morning, I opened my shades, and right there is a kangaroo staring back at me.
That would scare me, especially as a little kid if I was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, women's rugby, they don't have, like, I was trying to find a lot of interviews from people from different schools other than just Summit, but it's like very Summit based right now. So if anyone is wanting to join, they totally should.
I feel like I saw a poster for women's rugby.
Yeah, they have like a coach at each of the schools. I mean, not all of them, but there's a coach at Summit, one at Mountain View, and one at Bent High, and it's just kind of recruiting. And then they all get together and practice like 4 days a week at a park. But
yeah.
It seems really cool. Like, if I wasn't doing water polo, I'd be interested in like trying it out. Yeah. I mean, it kind of feels similar to water polo, you know?
Yeah.
Just without, you know, water.
Okay, is rugby like powder puff? You know what powder puff is, right?
Isn't it like you don't get to tackle?
I think, yeah.
You tackle in rugby.
Oh, really? With no, like, you have no gear though, right?
No, you still tackle.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and you pass the ball sideways. You can't pass it forwards. You can pass it backwards. You can't pass it forwards. And then you can tackle, I think, their version of a touchdown is a try. And I'm not totally sure how many points. I think it was like a point or maybe 5 points. I wrote a story about ultimate frisbee and rugby at the same time, so I might be getting things mixed up. I might want to check that. I feel like the try is a thing for ultimate frisbee, so I think I'm just messing up.
Ultimate frisbee is like a big thing at Bend High.
Yeah, it's pretty big at Summit. I think I was talking to a couple of the people, and they want to go to state and go to nationals this year.
Didn't know they had that for ultimate frisbee.
Yeah.
I hate anything involving frisbees. I've played frisbee
Are you just
golf.
bad at frisbees?
I suck at throwing frisbees for whatever reason.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's hard. Like, I think obviously anyone can just throw a frisbee, but I think getting it exact is probably pretty difficult. Like, I don't think I would be very good at frisbee golf.
Yeah. I think you'd be pretty bad at it, too.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you.
I did frisbee golf at Camp Tamarack as a kid because I went for like the week-long thing in the summer at Camp Tamarack. Me and my friend got lost and ended up at another lake trying to find the next hole. It's pretty funny.
That sounds like the beginning of a horror movie.
Speaking of horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm writing a few news stories. I don't know how many yet.
Yeah.
But every week I'm gonna be posting a story about a different ghost story from Ben.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have a video to go along with them. I don't know if I'm gonna do one big video, one like long video, or short videos for each one.
Okay. I think it would be cool if you guys, because Milan's in on this, right?
No, because
I'm in on it.
I don't know if we can do all the recording with Milan because I have to do it at weird times.
That's true.
And I have another friend who's like a professional videographer who I've worked with a ton.
Yeah.
Because we need to go like stay places overnight.
That's true. That's true.
I can't do that, but I can wander with you through the forest.
Yeah.
I think I feel like it'd be cool if you wrote stories about it and then release like the video as a finale.
Yeah.
I feel like one big video. I feel like that would be really cool.
Like a 40-minute video or something.
Yeah,
like that,
yeah. Because but I also understand like why you'd want to do a video with text, but I don't.
No, I'm not gonna do a video with like text on it.
Oh, these are video series.
Like a video series of like documenting what we do.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be a story.
No, this is also gonna be a story.
Okay.
I'm gonna
you
do
have
a
to
story
explain
on
this
it.
to me more.
I'm gonna do a story on it, then a video along with it to post on YouTube.
That's what I was telling.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So you should make one big video at the end.
At the end of all the stories, once all of them come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. And then you could do like a trailer. Someone could make a trailer.
Yeah.
That'd
It
be
depends
really
on
fun.
how long it's gonna be.
That's
but
true.
yeah.
How many like you're visiting places in Bend?
Yeah, I have 4 so far that I'm gonna visit. One that I'm super excited about is what is it? It's the Lara House Lodge.
Yeah.
Which is a bed and breakfast that was built in. The actual house was built in 1910. I forget when it became a bed and breakfast, but people reported a ghostly visitor at night that moves objects and whispers. And there's also a top floor that's closed off.
Yeah.
And people have seen a ghostly-looking woman in the top window.
Okay.
Like multiple reports of this, and it's closed off, which I think is really cool.
Are you gonna talk to like the owners?
Yeah, and I think I might stay the night there. I might try and stay the night.
Okay, that sounds fun.
There might be nothing there. It might be like just a waste of the night, but it's really.
It's still like documenting
it'd
it,
be
right?
really cool.
Just being like, oh, there's nothing here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm super excited about that one. That one sounds really cool.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I honestly, I believe in ghosts to a certain extent.
Like what? Where's the line?
I feel like most ghost stories are completely untrue, but I think I think something paranormal is real to some extent.
Do you think like the ghost hunting devices work?
No.
Okay.
I think they probably do not work. There's like there's
okay.
there's like some insanely slim chance that oh my god these work, but there's no logical way that I can think that those would work.
Right. I mean, I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
You're
gonna.
I might. Your stories are gonna have to be like very convincing or video evidence. But
I'm gonna bring a ghost on the podcast to interview.
And we'll just set up an empty chair and talk to it.
Yeah.
And look crazy.
You have to interview it with a Ouija board.
I'm actually so scared of Ouija boards. I don't know why.
I don't think I've ever used one really.
I haven't either, but I'm scared of them.
You just push it with your hand. Like I would freak you out and push it with my own hands.
Yeah, and then I would freak out on the podcast and run away.
We should do it then.
I'd squeal.
We should totally do it then.
I'd scream like a little girl.
Yeah.
It'd be really funny.
I think I watched, Ryan and Shane from BuzzFeed Unsolved?
Yeah, I actually have.
They do like a ghost hunting series, and they now have their own company called The Watcher, and they do like a ton of different stuff, but one of their like series is about they like hear people's gotta catch up to myself. They get like voice memos from their audience listeners, and then they go check out a place if they get more than get a certain amount of calls and look for evidence. And one of them's like, I believe in ghosts, and the other doesn't. So we might be Ryan and Shane, pretty much. We
will be Ryan and Shane. We're gonna take over the company.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily believe in it, but I think it's entertaining,
I get that. I think it's really entertaining, and I also believe in it to some extent. I think that almost everything that people talk about, every single story, not every single story, but I feel like a lot of them are definitely
Well, why do you
untrue.
believe it then?
Why do I believe
if you don't
in
believe
ghosts?
the stories? For me, it's if I were to believe in ghosts, it would be because of the stories you hear, and you're like, how does that not exist?
Okay,
You know what I mean?
I believe some of the stories, but I think most stories.
Like what stories?
Maybe these. I need to research them more.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that something paranormal has to be real. Probably. It probably has to be real.
Probably has to be real. I mean, we'll see. I will definitely read these. Yeah. So you're most excited for that location.
Yeah. I'm going to do Deschutes Historical Museum, which is the most well-known one.
Yeah. I don't think I've never been to that museum, but I guess it's because I live here, you know?
I've been to it once when my family was in town, when I was like really little.
Yeah.
We need to tour it.
Yeah.
And
are there people that do ghost tours in town?
yeah.
Like, to these places? Or...
Yeah, I think my friend's mom or my friend's sister, one of them does ghost tours, or used to at least.
You should. I feel like it'd be really interesting if you talked to them.
Yeah, I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was... I didn't know the actual story behind it, though, but until now.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the story about the Deschutes Historical Museum is that in this there was a stairway that was open, there's an open stairway on the third story, and a guy named George died. One of the contractors.
Okay.
He fell down and died. So people, like, there's a ton of reports about him and, like, I don't know, just a ton of weird things that happened with him. And then there's another one called Margie, that there's an intern at the museum that recorded a voice late at night saying the word Margie over and over again. And she's been described as a 6 to 7 year old girl that, like, went to the school or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's other reports of her, like, giggling, like, turning off water taps.
Okay.
And then also flushing the women's toilet.
Okay, that sounds like something from Harry Potter. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not a big Harry Potter fan.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Moaning Myrtle. Yeah, she sounds like Moaning Myrtle.
Oh, because I've seen it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly.
I saw it,
like a little girl that's just like giggling and messing with people in the bathroom.
Hey, she came out before Moaning Myrtle.
So this is the OG. Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
But probably. She would have died before Moaning Myrtle came out.
Okay. This person. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's true.
So she's the OG. And then there's this one. I couldn't find a ton of information on, but there's stuff on it that I'm going to research more and trying to interview people. There's a guy named Hugh O'Kane that owned the O'Kane building in 1916. Or he opened it. They built it, in 1916 and opened it and everything. He had lost 2 other buildings to fires. And there's been reports of ghostly smoke, which I don't know how smoke can be ghostly.
Like...
Well, smoke is by definition ghostly because it's kind of like transparent.
So is it just like you smell smoke and you see smoke, but it's not there?
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
What?
I'm going to try and interview people about what ghostly smoke is. Try to figure out who said it was ghostly smoke.
That's good.
They've heard strange voices, footsteps, and there was something that one person wrote about. I haven't confirmed this, but there was like someone that worked there was trying to open something and there's something holding it back. Yeah. Like they were playing like tug of war with the door or something along those lines.
Okay.
I need to look more into that, but that would be a really weird thing that would have happened if they were playing tug of war and like there ended up being nothing on the other side.
That would like freak me out probably.
That would really freak me out.
Yeah. What is the where's the building? Isn't it downtown?
Yeah, I think it's downtown.
What's in it now? Like, how are you gonna visit?
I don't know. Let me see what's in it now.
You might. Oh.
I don't know what's in it right now. It doesn't exactly tell me.
Show the photos of. Oh yeah. So if you look at the photos of it, I think it's that. I think it's the record store's right there.
Oh yeah, that's Ranch.
And then
and Vector Volcano.
Chop and Chomp Chomp.
Chomp Chomp.
And then that like print store. I forget what it's called, but it has like the flowers.
Isn't Vector Volcano over there too?
Yeah. And the barbershop and so that's like a pretty popular building too. Yeah.
God, I wish Chomp Chomp was new. I'd love to review that place.
Well, do you remember that there was like a soba noodles there? What was it called? I forget the company, but it was so cool, and there was like stuff from oh my god, Howl's Floating Castle, or what am I thinking of?
I know what you're talking about.
There was Totoro? What am I thinking? Do you know what I'm thinking of?
Totoro, like the big.
Yeah. There was like stuff from I can't believe I'm blanking on the guy's name. Like everyone knows him, but
the one like artist like
Ponyo, like all those.
Should I look this up right now?
Yeah.
God.
Because I really missed that place when I was a kid. I'd go all the time, and it was like my favorite because there were like cardboard characters everywhere. You know.
What's their
brand? Look up brand.
Yeah. Totoro brand.
Oh,
Studio Ghibli.
Duh. I can't believe I blanked on that.
I can't believe that either.
I miss it.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fun. I don't know if either of you ever
What was
went
it called?
there. I knew it had soba noodles, and I think I used to call it soba noodles as a kid, but I don't know if that was the name of the business.
Did they just sell noodles? Like, was it a restaurant?
It was such a little, it was a restaurant, and I was like really little.
There's another place downtown or it used to be downtown, called Wabi Sabi that had a ton of Studio Ghibli stuff.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
Yeah,
I loved Wabi Sabi, but
it's a pretty cool place. I used to go there to play Pokemon cards as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pokemon kid.
Yeah.
Did you keep any? So then you would
I
get
have
rich?
like thousands in a closet. Probably like 10,000.
You should have sold them when the whole Pokemon stuff was
I didn't have any of the super. I had like ones that were a couple hundred, but I didn't have like the $1,000 ones.
Yeah, you looked though.
I knew what I had.
You remembered.
Yeah. I was well versed in Pokemon. As a kid, I used to go to tournaments, and like I went to one in Portland. I went to one in California.
Wow, what a trip.
Yeah.
I was never into Pokemon. So, like, I'll hear people talking about it now because it's, like, more popular in, like, streaming and stuff, and I just don't get it at all.
I don't get the collecting thing. I just loved playing the cards as a kid.
But you did collect them, right?
I just had a ton of them because I played cards for so long as a kid.
I didn't even understand the game aspect of it.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty awesome.
Like, I knew that I know that there's, like, computer games that, like, simulate it, and, like, there's different, like, categories of Pokemon, and like certain categories like hurt others more.
Yeah. Oh, but that's like the video game. I meant like I played like the actual cards.
I know, but wouldn't that be the same thing, or were the cards different?
They're completely different. The video game is so lame.
Well, what was the cards like? Unless you don't want to talk about it.
That would be a long explanation.
Well, I feel like we have time.
You want me to explain to you the game?
I don't know. I've never learned the game.
We might need to cut this out because this is okay. Here, let me pull up.
Do you think this is entertaining?
It depends on what he says.
Okay.
True. You better class this up.
Here, this was really good when I was playing when I was like in elementary school. Okay.
In middle elementary school.
It was either 6th grade or elementary school when I played this. Okay, so this card has 180 health, right?
Okay.
His attack does Okay. Okay, these are energies.
Okay.
These.
Did you ever play Pokemon? Do you know anything about this?
Oh, no, yeah, I played it all the time.
Okay. These are each of these colors, right? So he has colorless, which are white. Any of these count as colorless. But if it has a color like the blue, it has to be specifically that energy. So it would have to be 2 blue energy, right?
Okay.
And then
one more colorless.
Colorless is any of those. Like you could attach any color.
So you could pick.
You could attach 2 blue and a red and use his other.
So it's like attack. More like customizable.
Sure. Okay. Then his first attack does 30 damage.
Okay.
Right. So if the Pokemon had 180 health, he would have 150 left, and you put like 30 damage on there to know that he has 30 damage. And then his account. His attack makes it so your opponent can't play item cards, right?
Okay.
Item cards are cards you have in your hand that do things like.
But those are like lame ones. I remember when everyone like was drawing them, they would like get sad when those came up.
Those are the coolest ones. No, but okay. So an item, like you can do stuff with items, and they're really good, right? Mm-hmm. But if he does that, then they can't use their items.
Yeah.
This one does 130. Let's say that the Pokemon had 130 health, right? Mm-hmm. You would knock him out, and then you take a prize card, and you have 6 prize cards. If you take all of them, you win. Unless it's like an EX, which says you take 2.
Okay, I mean, I understand more than I did, but probably not much more.
And then you have 1 Pokemon and 5 on your bench. And this attack specifically does 30 to 2 on the bench.
Okay, so pretty much when you out of your cards or people you lose, right? Do people take all your cards?
There's 6 prize cards. They're your own cards. There's 6 of
Okay.
them. You get one for each Pokemon you knock out. You take a prize card and put it in your hand every time you knock out a Pokemon. First person to run out of prize cards wins.
Oh, okay.
And you can't use all your cards. You have a 60 card deck.
Okay.
And that's Pokemon, folks.
Yeah,
Was that a decent enough explanation?
I think that was, yeah.
Yeah. You actually play a lot as a kid?
I did. I probably still have my binder of all my Pokemon.
Did you look through them when they were getting...
I didn't even know that was happening.
Oh,
I would
really?
have been too lazy to sell them anyways.
That's true. It does take, like, a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because you have to get them, like, checked out, right?
Authenticated?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You
You
just
don't?
sell.
No. Some people had, like, the really good ones. They get, like, them
Graded?
rated. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking
You don't
about.
have to do that, though.
But, like, I feel like you should before you sell them to make it more expensive.
Not if they're bad condition.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I've never owned a Pokemon card in my life.
God, you are such a loser.
I mean, probably. I just, like, it wasn't something I was into, I guess, because I'm sure if I had like, an older brother, then I'd be into it. But I'm the oldest, and I don't know. I was doing other stuff. Like, I had an American Girl doll.
God.
But in middle school, I was, like, I guess elementary school, I don't remember anything that was, like, I was playing or watching.
You must have had a lame elementary
I was
school
reading
experience.
a lot.
God, you are such a nerd.
I read over 100 books in 5th grade because my teacher had us mark them, tally them. I think it was over 100. Now I'm too old to remember. I used to know the number, but he had us like tally them on the board in front of everyone and everyone's name, and I was like way ahead of everyone, and I just felt like
I would just lie about reading the book.
Well, it was like kind of like I was like, yeah, look how many books I've read, you know, because I do it anyway, and I was just like.
If I was in your class, though, I would lie just to pass you, just to make you mad.
You wouldn't have thought of about that in 5th grade.
Oh, I would have.
Maybe.
I would have thought about it.
But I feel like my teacher, knowing Mr. Smith, haven't seen him in a while. He would.
Mr. Smith.
Yeah, he would have knew immediately, sniffed that out.
I'm really good about lying. About reading books. I'm really good about lying.
Specifically about reading books.
Yeah, my parents would have a chart like where I get a sticker for each book I read, and at the end I would get a Lego set. Because I was really good. I love Lego sets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I would like read a couple pages and like read like certain parts of the book, so I could summarize it, write down the summary. Like, I read it.
Yeah.
And I get a sticker.
You know, that's a psych thing.
Really?
Yeah, positive reinforcement. They're conditioning you.
Oh. I thought you meant the show, Psych.
No, I don't know what show you're talking about.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Ugh.
God.
Well, okay. In psychology, it's like when you train a dog and you're like training them how to shake, you give them a treat. That positive reinforcement allows them to do it again and again, and then you don't need to give them the treat anymore, and they'll say, and you'll just go shake, and they'll do it.
Yeah,
so it's like
that's obviously like the goal of it, but I kind of got around.
Well, yeah, because you didn't even do it, so you weren't conditioned. But if you were, then maybe you'd still be reading.
I was conditioned to getting awesome Lego sets.
Yeah. I hope your parents didn't know that, and now they do.
That'd be really funny. If they're listening right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'll read the books eventually.
All of them? How many?
Hell no.
Yeah.
I don't want to read the Magic Treehouse.
I read all of those and listened to
I actually read some.
They were so
sad
good.
When I finished all of them. I was like, what am I going to do now?
I remember one, so I had like all of the littler ones, and then I remember like the special edition ones that were like hardcover. Or maybe I just got those as special edition ones. But there was one where they like turned into seals. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
It was insane. That was like my favorite one because it didn't make any sense.
I love the Hatchet books.
I don't know those.
Oh, I read those in middle school. I love
I think I can
book.
picture the cover right now, but I never read it.
It was good. It was about a guy that got... It's like... What's the show where the guy gets stranded from a plane? The movie. I don't know. It's like he gets stranded from a plane, some like teenager.
Yeah.
And he just has to live there. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big, not a big reader though.
I
want to be more of a big reader.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like books are so long and I don't have time.
Well, I can recommend you short books any day.
I have books. I read books, but like not as many as I should.
I want to try and get back into it, but it's just so hard because like right now with school and stuff, like I prioritize that, and then I don't have time to read.
You shouldn't prioritize school.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But it's like whenever I go on road trips or like any trips in general, then I just read like an entire book the whole time because I have nothing to do and I don't have to worry about it.
I always say that I'll read on a road trip, but I'll sleep the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm so good at sleeping on road trips. One time I got in my parents were like, we're going to Portland.
Yeah.
Right? Got in the car, woke up in Portland. I didn't wake up at all the whole time.
That's nice.
Super nice. It was like skipping the whole trip.
I remember when I was little when you would be like pretend sleeping in the car so your parents would like carry you inside your bed so you didn't have to move. Did you ever do that?
No, I got carried. I shouldn't pretend sleep, I feel like.
I pretend slept. Did you? Like,
Yeah,
because you like know when you're pulling in the driveway and you're just like, I'm just
Oh no, guys, I'm sleeping.
I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping.
I feel like I didn't do that. I could have.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, but.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been loving Netflix recently.
Yeah, what was this show you were talking about? Alex?
Yeah, Alex
Something.
Murdaugh.
What did he do?
So many things. But right now it's coming out because he is on trial for a lot of it. And he's he's on trial still for a lot of things, but it's like a lot of mystery surrounding it. I really like watching Netflix docuseries. But the whole thing starts with like the Murdaugh family is like this family in North Carolina that are all lawyers, and they pretty much like own the law firm and like pretty much the whole town because whenever someone needs a lawyer they go there. And so this whole family of lawyers, they have a kid. The kid is like super irresponsible, drinks all the time, and they like enable him. They like give him bottles of alcohol. And like the guy, I forget his name, they take all of his friends on a boat, and he crashes the boat into a bridge.
Dang.
With like 6 people on it, and one of them died. And so that's like how the show started, but then it goes back further into like the other stuff the family has done. And there was like a housekeeper that had an unexpected death. This gay guy was killed in town who people were speculating was seeing one of the Murdaugh family members. And then more recently, well, not the most recent, but 2 people, the Murdaugh mom and the son that got in the boat accident, were killed on their property. And the husband, who said he wasn't there, but they just found evidence that he was. And then another thing more recently is that he tried to hire someone to kill him.
To kill himself?
Yes. So it was like assisted suicide. Well, this is the rumor, right? Like you're hearing different things, but he tried to hire the guy who's like the dad, who probably killed his wife and his kid and the housekeeper and the other guy. Don't want to speculate or misinformation, but he tried to get his drug dealer, because he was addicted to opiates, to kill him. Yes.
Dang.
On the side of the road, and then he missed, but like still hit his head, just
like
not
with the car.
No, like a gun.
Oh.
Yeah. And so now he's.
Sounds like he didn't miss then.
I mean, he didn't like hit him critically enough. I don't know, but it's an insane story, and it's like all over the news right now.
Is it still like, are they still on trial or whatever?
Well, it's been like, since so much evidence is coming out, they're just trying to get it all done, I think, at once. I think they're going to do multiple trials, but they're trying to like see how all of them are connected. So right now there is trials happening, and it's live. Like, it's being all broadcasted because of this. There's so many things connected to this family.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy.
A little bit. Why don't we quiz Liam on some?
I feel like we should make that its own episode though, because.
Well, no, we won't have a long enough. I don't think we'll have enough.
I think we do that something that Baila's prepared.
Really, I think I could really do a ton.
Yeah, you.
But I don't think maybe
we should just do you telling me about recent events. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, no, I feel like it would be fun if maybe
Joe Biden's president.
We could talk about
Joe Biden.
We could talk about this, and then it could be like, if you have any ideas,
So send it in.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Then do that.
Yeah, so like, I don't think necessarily they all have to be current events. I think if they're just events in general that have happened recently-ish.
Yeah.
And quiz you on it, it'd be really funny.
Back to the ghost stories.
Yeah.
After I do all the, after I'm finished with all like the ghost story segments, I think I need to get this approved still.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'd be really cool to do stuff on national parks because we have a ton of national parks in Oregon.
Yeah.
And there are like a ton of weird disappearances in national parks. That's one thing that makes me believe in paranormal stuff.
So you think ghosts are stealing people?
No, I don't think ghosts are stealing people, but I think something, not paranormal, but like out of our realm of knowledge.
Isn't that the definition of paranormal?
Maybe, but I'm more thinking
but
people go missing in national parks because it gets dark, they wander off a trail, they keep walking.
No, but hold up. I need to process what I'm
Okay.
But no, there's like a wait, okay, I need to make sure I know the story because I watched this like a month ago. There's like this dad who's like fishing with he's at some Boy Scout thing, like like not like grown up but like 10-year-old like younger Boy Scouts. And he was fishing with his son. It was all people with their son, right? And there was a trail where like only it would like there's no way like the trail goes right to the lake, right? Or
so there's no way to get lost.
Yeah, there's a trail, and then there's people right there, like watching the trail, right? And there's like a small split second where, like, I need to look more into it, but there's the smallest chance that they could get lost in this tiny like.
Yeah,
I
understand. Like very unlikely to happen.
Yeah, there's like they're out of view for a couple seconds, and the dad watched him go all the way, and people were watching like as he came, right? And he was gone. This little kid.
Yeah.
And they had a search team, and they went literally everywhere. Like they checked everything everywhere.
So the son.
The son disappeared, walking up, right? Because he wanted to go. He needed to go grab something.
Okay.
Right? Because he was fishing with his dad. The son disappeared, and then they brought in like. I think it was like hundreds of people to search, right? Not hundreds, but like 100.
Yeah, like quite a few.
Yeah. And it was something, I don't know what they're called, but they're national something. They like were searching, right? They work.
Like the National Guard?
I don't know if it's National Guard, because I don't know if they were designated with that, but it was something government involved, right?
Yeah.
And it was something about them, this might be a little bit scuffed.
I feel like my thing about Alex Murdaugh was scuffed too, though. Did that make sense to you?
I actually heard about that story, and that tracks quite well.
Okay.
What I heard.
Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, but these guys.
Liam's doesn't.
But these guys were searching, and their comms, like they had comms that were public they're open to the public, and public could like hear about it and stuff, and there are records of it. Yeah. Their comms went off, like they disclosed information, and they're still searching, and they had like a ton of stuff that they stopped reporting about, like they stopped letting people know about.
Ghosts.
Maybe not ghosts,
but
something.
So the government's hiding something? Is that what you're saying? Or
I don't know if the government's hiding something, but I think something weird happens in like national parks.
So what national park was this?
I forget. I wasn't prepared with this because it's kind of off topic.
That's fair.
But, and then there's another national park where it was a kid. He was like at his house, right?
Okay, before we go here.
Okay.
What about national parks is causing this to happen though? Like why?
I don't know why it's a national park specifically. Maybe it's because it's.
I know. I'm just wondering what you're thinking. Forest.
What do you mean? What I'm thinking?
Like, you're like, there's something going on at national parks.
Because there's like so many reports of national parks being some place where like weird things happen. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably because it's like a dense part in nature. Like it's very
so
it's very untouched by humans.
I would agree. But how does that connect to paranormal activity?
Because there's so many unexplained things that happen there.
Sometimes nature is like unexplainable. Like
exactly, there's unexplained things.
No, but that doesn't mean paranormal. That means like you can't factor in like where they could have gone or what they could have seen. You know, like where like You know what I mean? Like, if it's a big area, hard to find, this person's wandering in the dark.
God, we're bringing this back up when I research more.
Yes.
Because there's things like, there's this little kid he was hanging out by his house or whatever, right? He was hanging out 10 miles away from where they found him. Mm-hmm. And he was gone for like only a tiny bit of time. And someone found him 10 miles away in that relative time, right? And it was like, it hadn't been like 5 minutes, but it had been a time where there's no way he got that far in 10 miles in that period of time. And there was some YouTuber or some like TV show guy who does like insane nature things and like has to like trek forest and stuff. He tried to get there in that time and he couldn't do it. Like, not at all. Like, not even close. He couldn't get there in that time. And the kid like had some weird explanation on like some weird thing that took him there. Which is, how do you explain that? Did a hawk come pick up this kid? And
I still don't really know what you said. I will be very honest. You just started talking.
Okay, because I have no like.
I know, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. I just like.
Was not very prepared for this segment, but.
Well, so I enjoy listening to unexplained stories. Like, once again, BuzzFeed. They have the paranormal stuff, but then they also have like murder mysteries that are unsolved mysteries.
I don't really care about unsolved murders.
But that's exactly what you're talking about. It's not necessarily unsolved murders, it's unsolved mysteries. So, like, something happening and no one knowing exactly what happened, like a case goes cold.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Okay, mine are getting super scuffed because I was not prepared at all, but I want to bring this back up because I think this is really cool and I really want to talk about it.
Okay.
Next podcast or whenever I'm doing more stuff about this, I want to talk about it.
We should, because I am, like, I'm interested in that stuff, like Jack the Ripper. That is an unsolved mystery.
What's the story of Jack the Ripper again? I completely forget.
Oh, I thought you didn't even know who
No, I've heard about it. I've read about it
it's just like one night in Old Town, England, he like killed 4 people and no one found anything. But recently they found DNA.
Dang.
To like connect him to like a family tree or something. I don't know if anything really came out about it, but it's like Jack the Ripper, D.B. Cooper, there's Lady of the Lake.
D.B. Cooper is the plane guy, right?
Yeah. Like, that's that kind of stuff is so
story.
interesting.
That is a really cool story.
I enjoy it. And it, like, you know, you're kind of doing some BuzzFeed Unsolved stuff right now.
I am. I love that stuff.
It's great. I am looking forward to reading and listening when things are more unscuffed.
When I have this prepared, on the next podcast we do this, I'm going to convince you that national parks have some weird stuff going on.
Okay. I mean, okay.
You're going to believe me.
I generally believe people when they're talking to me because I don't want to think, I don't know. I generally believe people, but I will be critical a little. Like, I am pushing back a little bit right now, so.
You'll believe it when Liam brings a ghost on the podcast.
Yeah. If I bring if I have a ghost sitting,
if you bring a ghost to the podcast,
that chair
I'll believe
is
you.
Empty, but you see a floating microphone and you hear someone talking, will you believe me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have fun figuring that out.
Oh, I will.
Like, Liam's gonna be in here like in the morning,
like tying stuff up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like an April Fool's prank.
I'm gonna have like things I move to move the microphone.
Yeah,
here,
right. Like mechanics and stuff like that.
Well, next time, maybe not next time, but
at
soon,
I'm
gonna convince you, and you will be in awe of how convincing.
And next time we're gonna have a guest on.
Yeah.
TBD. And some food.
Maybe it's Jerry.
Maybe
Jerry. Maybe another writer.
Maybe Sienna. Maybe so many options. We'll figure it out. But
could be Alex. What's his name? Alex something. One she was talking about. Oh wait, he's dead.
Not coming on. He's not dead.
Oh, he's not.
No.
Huh. Well, hopefully
Alex?
not him. We're not going back into this. We will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Outro.